All right, Pat, sounds like you and I had a similar Timberwolves experience last night. It was just I was doing some stuff around the house and had the game on in the background. I saw they were winning, and then all of a sudden, it's third quarter. All of a sudden, I hear Dave Benn say, Karl-Anthony Towns, 51 points. And I'm like, what? It's the third quarter.
32 in this third quarter. I only saw the highlights. I was watching a movie. I forgot they were playing in San Antonio. And 32 points in the third quarter. He gets 60. He was the highlights were amazing the way he was dropping. How many threes he make? I forgot.
I think it was like 7.
7 of 11 on threes.
I wonder how Pop felt about that last one where Pop put in the reserves on a bad team. And Cat's just chucking threes to try and get to 60.
Pop's seen it all. He probably doesn't care. Pop's probably a little upset about giving up 149.
That's aggressive.
That's probably his number one concern. He's got a team that is out of the top 10. That's not much to complain about. It's amazing. The Lakers couldn't beat the Lindsey Whalen All-Stars these days, and they're going to make the top 10 anyway. They can't fall out of it, but they're horrible.
It's amazing.
They keep just getting drilled by all these teams, and they're going to be they're going to make the top 10. But that's 60 points. Wow, that's something. I wish I'd seen it.
It was amazing. I felt like it was almost like you could see him sort of realizing for the first time in 7 years that I can just dominate games. I think I feel like the 3-point contest put a burst of confidence into him that wasn't there.
Because I one thing I've liked about him is he hasn't really, if he gets 18 and the rest of them are scoring and they're winning, he's fine. But I've been saying it all year. He's been way better this year than he's been. As a rookie, we were all in on him, and he was, he played 82 games each of his first 3 years. But this is the best he's been in 4 or 5 years. He is really engaged, and it's so different than what we were all expecting when this season started. I think there's a lot of things. By the All-Star break, he'll be asking for a trade, man. He'll want out of here. They're going to stink. When they had that 6-game losing streak right off the bat, you thought, okay, they're going to stink again, and he's going to want out. And lo and behold, they're pretty good. They got the number one guy they have to worry about right now is Ant, I think.
He's kind of banged up.
He's a little banged up, and he's kind of still got I got to get mine type of mentality with that team, and the rest of them are. It is amazing with this club to see depth. It's we've never seen that before, and they can go to the bench and get Jalen Noel, and all of a sudden he can win a game for him. And
do you think Gerson Rosas should be in the mix for the GM of the year?
Executive of the year. If he hadn't drafted,
what has Sachin done? He's just been sitting up there in Gerson's office.
If he hadn't drafted Jared Culver, he'd have a pretty clean record. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, this was the vision, right? His vision was a bunch of interchangeable parts, and then bring in a coach that's offensive minded. And here they are, leading the NBA. They're the only team averaging 115 points per game this season. I mean, it's the vision that he laid out when he got hired, Gerson Rosas.
And get D'Angelo to go with Cat, which looked like a disaster the first year. And the first year they got him, he only played 5 out of 30 games or something, however many were left. And then, last year he had a limited season, and he didn't. He was hurt half that year, and he still misses weeks here and there. But I know that a month ago or so, they had a efficiency rating where they got this stat where the number of points they were averaging when Cat, Russell, and Ant were on the court was 126. It related to 126 points a game or something like that. They were leading the league in that. What the heck? The two best general managers we've had around here in a while are Paul Fenton and Gerson Rosas. So.
Total creeps, but who cares?
Yeah.
Good guys, overrated. Can you win?
Yeah, total creeps for different reasons. Let's say, Fenton just couldn't get along with anybody.
Right.
Rosas, he could get along with certain people. So that's what.
Pat, how did you feel watching Kevin Garnett's jersey get raised to the rafters in Boston over the weekend?
I felt the way I always do, that he is a sensitive fraud who complains about not being able to buy the Timberwolves. Why doesn't he complain about his pal that stole $70 million from him instead of the guy that paid him $300 million? That's what I felt. I felt that he's been a baby. He's hypersensitive, and there have been offers made to retire his jersey here, and he won't do it because he's pouting. He's and he actually wanted out, and then he got mad because he left, and then he got mad because he got traded. They traded him. He went and won a championship. What were his complaints? What's he complaining about?
He's a hero in Boston.
Well, yeah, because he won. But, it's not that he hasn't been offered the opportunity to have his jersey retired here. He just won't do it. So.
What's Alex Rodriguez waiting for? I thought those guys came up in the 90s, early 2000s, star athletes. Has A-Rod not broken bread with KG yet to make this thing? Mark Lowry, by the way, very Mark Cuban last night. He was right behind the Wolves bench. He was high-fiving players during the game. I like the energy from I'm sure Pat's going to hate it when he's basically sitting on the bench with the players.
No, I don't mind, but I'm just waiting for the other two core values. I'm waiting for the core values to be revealed. We haven't.
Have they not revealed?
I think we've only revealed one of them, and I can't remember what it is. The other
the code of conduct.
I think
the core values.
The core values. He's going to operate by 3 core values. How about get 149 points? That's our core value. That's a pretty damn good core value.
Okay, the Walmart, the Jet.com core values when they that's the company that sold to Walmart for $3.3 billion 6 years ago. So those core values were fairness, trust, and transparency. So with that, what should the Wolves' core values be?
How do we define those things? Fairness is with Walmart. They've been sued numerous times for not paying their people enough money, but
these are Jet.com.
Okay.
Those, by the way, those core values go out the window if any company offers you $3.3 billion to sell.
Right. Yeah, right. The core value is start something up, make it a success, and sell it for as much as you can possibly get. So
the first one is don't suck.
They're not as long as Glenn's still. I don't think they've gotten this. I don't think Glenn's gotten the second $500 million right yet. So they got 2 more pops to pay here before they can. I'm sure as soon as Glenn's out of the picture, they will retire his jersey, and then he'll be able to come in and be the insolent superstar that he later in his life.
It'll beat my guy crying. Miko was crying on Sunday. It was actually
making fun of him for showing emotion.
Very nice. It was very nice. But my point is, we raised that jersey up there, man. I'd rather have KG and his surly ways than that.
But Miko what if Miko told him I'm not showing up?
Oh, I would have been the happiest guy on the face of the earth because they could have pulled the rug.
You couldn't. You're not retired. You can't retire somebody's jersey if they won't be there.
No, I know, but I'm saying when Glenn's gone, it gets done.
They'll retire the jersry then. Yeah.
I mean, both of them bungled that thing up. KG too, but Glenn, I mean, come on, dude. That wasn't
Glenn
that
took
hard.
The shot at him to try to explain the why.
And then Flip died, and Glenn's just like, I guess we'll see you later. Bye.
Well, you want Kevin Garnett? We're running your operation.
No, but I would have bent over backwards to make sure that he knew, because you're right. He is sensitive. So what Glenn had to do was massage KG's ego to the point where he says, "Oh, we're friends again now," which wouldn't have been that tough.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. He wanted an important position in the organization to help make decisions, and I don't think they were willing to give that to him. So. Yeah. That's when we went and got Gerson, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
Have him work with Gerson. he'll get mad at Gerson, love Glenn still, and quit in a huff because of Gerson. That's far easier to smooth over than it is with Glenn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's for the Timberwolves fans who still wear their Garnett jerseys to the arena. That would be probably a big deal. But I think he's, he changed more than any athlete I've ever been around. So he was great when he was young, man. I loved him, and he just turned into a sensitive idiot. So
He
made a whole lot of money.
Got a little paranoid. Okay, the Twins have made a flurry of moves. They've cleared some money, and now there's a bunch. Sonny Gray, 2-year deal or 2 years left in his deal. He's a good, solid number 2 starter. But there's been multiple reports. Joel Sherman from MLB Network and Dan Hayes from The Athletic saying that they are very much in on Trevor Story. I don't know. I guess I'll believe that one when I see it, Pat. But what do you make of the Twins move?
Apparently the number's down. The money is down from what he thought he might be getting, right? Everybody thought he was going to be a $200 million man like some of these other shortstops. But I don't know. You want to give him 4 years, 160?
I'd give him a 4-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Coors Field thing worries me a little bit. The Coors Field thing worries me a little bit, but we've seen like Nolan Arenado's been good in St. Louis. We've seen guys.
His year was not as good last year as it was before, but I see this as we made a call to Yu Darvish, and we made a call to Zach Wheeler, and we made a call. We'll see, but I don't think the Story market is that red hot. So maybe they can get him on a 2-year deal for $100 million.
Yeah. Well, I guess my other question is, why would you trade a flame-throwing first-round draft pick pitcher coming off a losing season for Sonny Gray if you weren't planning on backing that up with additional moves that can win now, right, in 2022?
Well, I think that was their theory, but they must have some plans for that $50 million. Otherwise, that's idiotic. I mean, I ripped the hell out of them today because of the lying they did to us hey, we got a Gold Glove shortstop. Hey, the Yankees will take $50 million off our hands. You can have it. We got our problem taken care of.
Now the guy, he can't find his car. So his car was shipped to Fort Myers, and then they had to turn around, poor Mike Herman, and ship it over to Arizona to Tampa, I guess. Yeah, because I'm thinking Rangers. So whatever.
Well, if they get Story, then okay, then they prove something to us. But I mean, they gave Mitch Garver away so they could get rid of Josh Donaldson. That's what they did. They had to give away Garver to get rid of Josh Donaldson. That was their number one goal this spring, to get rid of Josh Donaldson.
And there is a chance that the Gray trade is a rope-a-dope. So we all said, there's more to come, right?
Well, there is, but I mean, what becomes of Royce Lewis if you go get Trevor Story?
It's a good question.
You got your center fielder taken care of, right?
And third base, you got Jose Miranda coming up, so you can't just slide him to third.
Rise is a better hitter than Royce Lewis. I like Arise at third base. He's fine. And so, I mean, what becomes of Royce Lewis? Hunter Green's going to be in Cincinnati in the middle of this season, striking out 1.6 batters per inning. And you got a guy who's you basically may never see the big leagues for you. Yeah. If how about this? He's coming off a knee surgery. He's healthy. Let's put him out there, first day of spring training. Let him play shortstop for a week. And, you're not going to start the season with him, but let's make this summer a possibility for him.
Right, I guess what you could do is if you sign Trevor Story, because you're right, now all of his positions are roadblocked. Center field, Buxton, roadblock, shortstops, Polanco. You could then just use him as a trade chip to add another piece if you're planning on going all in.
Yeah, that's what you could do. If you get Story, you can throw him in a trade for a pitcher along with some money, right? So,
But all of that would be very untwins like. And by the way, this sudden like hunger to make all these trades and trade one of your top prospects for a pitcher, that would have been nice. I don't know, 2019.
yes,
The year that you traded for Sam Dyson when you had the greatest power hitting team of all time.
Yeah, it was. I go back to. They did make some goofy moves before that. Sam Dyson, what, did he pitch 7 innings for him or something? But
He pitched 0 innings, didn't he?
I thought he pitched a couple.
No, he came into a game in Boston because he left and was hurt.
Did he? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But,
Well, he came here hurt too.
I think we go back to the Donaldson and say, since Donaldson signing him, I don't think we all ripped it originally, but the idea was why? You just hit 307 home runs and you need pitching. Why are you spending your money why are you giving the third baseman the biggest? You want to hit 325 home runs? Is that the goal? See if we can strike out 1,500 times instead of 1,330? Is that the goal? It's they've puzzled me for the last couple of years. That is for sure. Yeah. The brain surgeons. So we'll see if they pull Trevor Story out of the hat. Good. But I would very much doubt it. They're great at telling people that they've made phone calls and stuff like that. You man, we had you on a plane coming to town here, and he never even knew we existed.
We touch base with everybody out there. Okay, we like to make a lot of calls.
Yeah, we do.
They are they do not deserve the benefit of the doubt until they show us. And I say that for the whole team.
I looked up the Vegas projections. Now it's early, obviously, and teams have not set their rosters yet, but we are expected to once again finish last in the very rugged AL Central. The over and under our wins, 74, which is one more than last year.
Wow.
The Tigers, 77.5. The Guardians, 76.5, and Kansas
on like
City,
a $40 million payroll or something.
Yeah, right. That's true. So,
hey, Pat, if they do that, what should happen? Like, because that's back-to-back just colossal failures.
Well, they're not gonna blow these guys out yet. They got too much invested.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, what?
You know what?
What do you do?
That what they really need is another one of those platforms under the dirt on the practice pitching mound, so we can make sure that the guys get their full force into their pitches. There's very few of these in the world, and we have one of them. And let's get another one of those cameras.
Can we sell it?
Let's get one of those cameras in center fielder that we can see the skeletal movements of the pitchers. That stuff is really, it costs a lot of money, but you can see the effects every time one of our guys comes into the ball game. You can see it. Randy, the funniest thing I've read all the time is when we're trying to project a rotation and Randy Dobnik is in it.
Oh. I for one, Pat, I love the skeleton sort of slow-mo when Randy Dobnak turns around suddenly to watch a home run ball go over the center field fence. Cody Stashak dodging a line drive over the middle of Matrix.
Dude.
Of all these shocking things they've done, giving him a 4-year, $9 million contract is number one. Because why?
I know.
Why? You
it's
want
so
him
weird.
to maybe make your team, but it's doubtful if he's going to make your team.
He's a great guy. I've read it. Come on. Yeah. Everybody loves the Dauber.
So weird, man.
I don't know. They're in trouble.
That's what I'm asking. Yes, they are.
If they, if they sign Story, but they need a pitcher more than they need Story. That's for sure. But so, what pitcher can they trade? If they could get, I'd rather have Frankie Montas than
me too.
The
A's have a couple dudes.
And the A's are giving it up. You give them, you give the A's Royce Lewis, you could probably get Frankie, right?
Dude.
Oh, you'll get a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Braves made what? They traded 4 prospects, including 2 top ones.
Yeah. Christian Pash is one of their top
for Matt Olson.
Prospects. Yeah.
Yep.
Take that, Freddie Freeman. Go someplace else.
Yeah, that was
somebody better than you.
Right.
So.
I believe their GM said it was the hardest thing he's ever had to do was make that trade for Matt Chapman.
Who?
For Matt Olson?
Or Matt Olson, excuse me, not Matt Chapman. For Matt Olson.
The Braves GM.
The hardest thing he's ever had to do is add a superstar like hitting first baseman. That's a pretty good life, I'd say. Right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
The
That guy has
thing-
faced very little adversity.
Yes,
God.
yes, that's true. All right.
All right, Pat. All right, we'll see you.
See you,
We'll
Richie.
react to whatever the Vikings do here, which has been nothing so far. Maybe tomorrow.
Hey, we got another big fat guy to play in the middle, don't we? So
Can always
That's
use
true.
more fat guys.
Yeah.
Another Harrison. It's the third I think, the Vikings have 3 guys named Harrison on their team now. So,
well, we'll
exciting.
see. But they don't have they everybody's going fast to the teams that have salary cap money. That's the problem. These guys are still trying to find a little cash.
Actually, the 10% of the Vikings roster is either Dalvin or Harrison. Fun fact of the day.
That's if you want to see some goofy
column
names,
material for you there.
You want to see some goofy names? Look at the hockey rosters of the boys' state tournament.
Bunch of
What the hell?
Channings.
These are drive me crazy. See you later.
All right, see you, Pat. All right, that's Rapping with Royce, presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. They've been around for over 100 years, and they have, I would think, Pat-approved names, okay? You don't just get to work there with any old name at Federated. You can find a full list of industries Federated protects on their website, federatedinsurance.com. And they've been longtime partners of the Timberwolves, too, so I'm sure they supported that 60-point performance we saw last night from Cat. At Federated, it's our business to protect yours.